Welcome back to another episode of the Scran Line. I'm Nick and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make my Loukoumades cupcakes. Now I came up with this recipe because my friend Elise from My Cupcake Addiction invited me to come on her brand new show which is called The Sweeter Side, and you can watch that on SBS if you're in Australia. So I wanted to show her how to make a Greek recipe and combine it with a cupcake, so I came up with these Loukoumades cupcakes. So for this recipe, we're going to be making my chocolate cupcakes, and if you want to learn how to make those, I'll just show it on screen, but if you want a bit of an in-depth view on how to make them, I'll leave a link up there for you guys to click on and you can see how easy it is to make them. Once your batter is made, scoop it into your cupcake liners and bake these for about 45 minutes. I bake my cupcakes on a lower temperature for much longer than most other cupcake recipes because that's how you get nice flat tops without cracks. Once the cupcakes are baked, let them cool down completely. Now let's move on to making the Loukoumades. Now I should have mentioned, Loukoumades are Greek donuts. When I posted these on Instagram, I had a lot of people who were upset with me because a lot of people felt that these were actually a Turkish recipe, and I understand why people think that, but there's a lot of similarities between Greek and Turkish recipes, and I'm not here to argue about who invented them. What I'm going to be showing you guys today is how to make Loukoumades, which is a Greek donut with usually honey syrup on top. We're going to be filling them and drizzling them with Nutella instead because I want to piss people off even more. But the Turks also have their own version, which is really delicious. I've never tried it, but it looks amazing. So I just wanted to kind of make that clear. We're making Loukoumades today. To make the Loukoumades, we're going to begin by preparing our yeast mixture. So for those of you who don't know, when you're preparing yeast mixture, you want to start off with lukewarm water or a little bit warmer than lukewarm. And then you want to add your dried yeast powder, that's what we're going to be using today. And you want to feed the yeast with a little bit of sugar. It helps the yeast bubble and froth up. Once you've got these in the bowl and mixed, let them rise for about 5 minutes. It should go nice and frothy. If your mixture doesn't go frothy, it's probably because your yeast is, a lot of people say dead, but it's not active anymore. So for example, I actually keep my yeast in the fridge to keep it fresher for longer. Don't ask me about the science behind yeast, but I'm just letting you know, if it doesn't froth up, then it's because it's no good and you need to use new yeast. Into a separate bowl, we're gonna add our flour, salt, and cinnamon. We're gonna whisk this together using a whisk, and then we're gonna add our wet ingredients in there. Super duper simple, guys. Once you've got that really well combined, you're ready to make your Loukoumades. So for this, we're gonna be deep frying them and we're gonna need some oil. If you're a little person, like a young person, and you wanna make these, you might need adult supervision. Now, my grandma first showed me how to make this recipe, my yaya. And the way she made it, and by the way, every Greek and Italian and European person out there has a different way to make pretty much any recipe. So I'm going to show you how my yaya showed me how to make them. So she grabbed some of the dough in her hands, like a handful of the dough, clean hands of course, and then she would cut it off with a finger like that and gently let it dunk into the hot oil. So you want to probably put about 5 or 6 Loukoumades in the hot oil. You don't want to overcrowd the pan because then it drops the temperature of the oil and you'll end up with hard, soggy Loukoumades. So once you've got them in there, let them cook and kind of flip them over every now and then until they're nice and golden. Once they are, take them out with a slotted spoon and pop them onto a plate that's been lined with paper towels. Now, like I said before, I want to further piss off people who are traditionalists and fill these up with some Nutella. We're going to be coring each of our baked cupcakes and filling them up with some Nutella. Then I've got some honey buttercream frosting, which I made earlier. It's just some of my American buttercream frosting. I've put some honey in there and mixed it together. I've popped it into a piping bag fitted with an open star tip and frosted some on top of each cupcake. I'm gonna pop my Nutella Loukoumades on top of each cupcake and drizzle it with some more Nutella, and then just finish it off with a sprinkle of crushed pistachios. Now, if you're a traditionalist by now, your head has exploded and I'll see you in the comment section. But if this looks like something that you just think you have to make because it's really delicious, I've left a link to the recipe in the box below for you guys. Let me know what you think. If you love the recipe, let me know. If you hated it, let me know. But there you go. Those are my Loukoumades cupcakes. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video so that other people on YouTube can enjoy it as well. And I'll see you all on the next episode of the Scran Line.